Hello and welcome back to another video or audio if you're listening in an audio format. My name is Justyna. Welcome to my channel. If you're a returning viewer or listener, welcome back and thank you for joining me today. So here today we're going to explore the astrology of October 2025 for all signs. This is a practical and a shorter version of the monthly horoscopes, but here as always, you'll find the timestamps in the comment section and the description box below this video. And I follow Western astrology, tropical zodiac. So thank you very much, and let's begin. Hello, Aries, and welcome to your monthly horoscope for October 2025. So, here, October is a really big month for you, of course, especially the first part, because we've got a full moon in Aries happening on the 7th at 14 degrees, activating your sign, your first house. So, this is like your annual emotional reset. An opportunity to reinvent yourself. The spotlight is on you, and you might feel like something or someone is generally pushing you to take charge of your life, to take charge of a situation that's happening in your life at this time as well. Think about what is it that you want, because maybe you've been holding back recently, putting other people's needs first. And now during this time, you might realize that it's time to stop hiding that your light. It's time to think about your future. It's time to think about what is it that you want, your goals. This is your moment to shine in many ways, but be mindful when expressing your thoughts around this time, because Mercury and Pluto connect by a square. So conversations might not be easy around this time. So don't be too forceful. Don't push too hard, because at the same time, any power struggles that occur around this time, or any generally watch out for any people situations that could simply be a distraction from what you are trying to achieve. Now, Pluto stations direct on the 14th of October at 1 degree of Aquarius. So this is also a really powerful time, of course, because Pluto will be moving forward as of the 14th, and it will be moving away from these initial um, degrees of Aquarius. So this is happening in your 11th house, so your friendships, groups you belong to, anything to do with your future vision, your aspirations as well. So you might actually begin to experience, feel on a deeper level, a very, very profound shift, transformation, even when it comes to your collaborations, friendships, long-term goals, dreams as well. So also during this time and in the upcoming months overall, watch for new opportunities to step into a position of perhaps of influence, because with this energy can bring a sense of empowerment on a deeper level, especially here when it comes to your future goals, when it comes to any kind of group involvement, for instance, as well. All right, so on October the 21st, we've got a new moon in Libra happening at 28 degrees, so another late degree of a new moon. Last month we had a solar eclipse at 29 degrees of Virgo. This new moon highlights your relationships area, contracts, partnerships, whether romantic, business partnerships or friendships. Here, this is an amazing time to generally for a fresh start. This energy, this new moon opens new opportunities for finding more balance, more harmony within your partnerships, relationships. But at the same time, this is also a time when perhaps new connections could emerge in your life. All right, so perhaps new contracts as well, new clients. So it's all about the one-to-ones overall. And finally, we've got the Neptune leaving Aries on October the 22nd, retrograding back into Pisces, into your 12th house. So here, watch out for any old subconscious patterns that perhaps may return, may reemerge in those final months of 2026. It's five, sorry, five. Pay extra attention to your dreams, to your intuition as well, any emotional triggers, because here, especially any emotional triggers, these could be signs that you are ready to heal. So pay attention to your mindset, pay attention to your mental health as well, and things that perhaps you've been avoiding might come back, show up through your thoughts, through your intuition, through your dreams, giving you a chance to heal, to let go, to move away from these negative energies, tendencies overall. All right, so here we've got, thank you very much. It's just a really, really straightforward one this time around. Thank you, Aries. Have a good month. Now, Taurus, welcome. For you, Taurus, the month begins with a really deep and profound release. We've got a full moon. Full moons, of course, are very intense. They can be very intense, especially when they fall in our 12th house, which is what's happening here this month for you. The full moon of October is going to activate your 12th house. And this is a very private, very spiritual, very karmic area of the chart. This is about releasing, letting go. Uh, what's been holding you back in the recent past? Perhaps some old fears, limiting beliefs, any negative habits, for instance, maybe even relationships, responsibilities that drain your energy. You become more aware of these energies, tendencies, people overall. So, here, since this is the 12th house, so the energy is more inward, behind the scenes. So, it's not about taking action just yet, but perhaps it's about. Here healing and on a deeper emotional level from the inside, meditation, spending time in nature, journaling is really, really good around this time. But at the same time, watch out for any communication clashes. Mercury, the planet of communication, squares Pluto also on the same day, and this could indicate potential potential power struggles during this time. Pluto is now in your 10th house, of course, as of 2023. So perhaps this energy could also bring some tension at work. For instance, generally, this is also because this could also be connected to people, to other people's influence in your life. Perhaps you might find out that someone hasn't been completely transparent, honest with you, or perhaps you might feel really strong pressure, whether someone might be pressuring you, or perhaps you might feel like, you feel pressured by the circumstances to overcommit to some kind of really, really demanding project, for instance. So here, remember to stay grounded. That's why I mentioned journaling, nature might be very beneficial around this time because you are quite easily influenced by external energies, other people's intentions. So generally, any negative forces could easily um, kind of take you away, shift you away from what you're supposed to be moving towards. So just keep it in mind. Then on the 14th of October, Pluto stations direct at 1 degree of Aquarius. That's in your 10th house. So here, this energy could indicate some potential career transformation, perhaps you taking your career to the next stage, to the next level. This could be also about some strong realizations regarding your life direction, your future overall, because over the coming months, you might feel this really strong push to perhaps reinvent yourself in one way or another in your public life, in your career life, and maybe even this is connected to some upcoming opportunity that may come up because this is the 10th house, so this is your life direction, your destiny as well. And here Pluto brings these forward momentum, transformative energies. Now, at the same time, there's a new moon, also new moon in Libra happening on the 21st of October. And this is happening at 28 degrees, so a very late degree of Libra. This is happening in your area of everyday life, everyday routine, your lifestyle. So you might be maybe implementing some lifestyle changes, health related changes, for example, new eating habits. It's a great time for initiating something new in your daily life and your health uh, area of life overall. But generally, it's about simplicity, practicality, and productivity, but also self improvement. A great time to get more organized, to declutter as well, and generally to manage your time more efficiently, effectively as well. Now, on the 22nd, Neptune leaves Aries. It retrogrades back into Pisces. It will stay in Pisces until early 2026. This is your area of friendships, community connections, and your dreams, long term goals. So perhaps some people might reemerge in your life, or some goals, objectives that you forgot about. They might show up, come up, pop up again into your mind, for example. So, here, since this is the very last return of Neptune into Pisces, this could be also about dealing with a situation that perhaps you left unresolved since Neptune entered Aries at the very end of March. So, this could be very much connected to you closing a chapter in your life in the upcoming months. And here, for some, this transit could also indicate that perhaps you might be more aware of boundaries, of setting clear and healthy boundaries within groups, within perhaps your social circle. All right, so this is what I've got for you today, Taurus. Thank you very much. Now, Geminis, welcome. This month here is generally it's quite an interesting month. We start with a full moon in Aries here on uh, the 20, sorry, not the 20th, the 7th of October at 14 degrees of Aries. Aries is a cardinal fire sign, action oriented. So what does it mean for you? Overall, this month is a pretty social month because we start with a full moon in Aries, which activates your area of friendships, your area of community involvement as well. What this could indicate with the full moon energy, you become more aware of the kind of people you want to kind of surround yourself in your life. With a full moon increases your intuition and makes things clear, helps you to see things that perhaps you overlooked in the past. So, for some, this could indicate that perhaps you might realize you want to step away from a group or a connection that no longer resonates with your goals, with your values, for example, especially with your values, not necessarily with your goals, but with your values. Or perhaps this is when you're also realizing who you can truly count on and who generally is loyal towards you. So you might have these really strong realizations, moments of appreciation of people who are in your life, people that you can trust. So this lunation is about clarifying overall who belongs in your life, who belongs in your future as well. Now, the Mercury and Pluto square happening on the same day, so watch out for any intense conversations you may have around this time, because here Pluto and Mercury square, so there's a clash of energies, especially this could negatively influence the area of communication. And generally try to be as clear and transparent as you can around this full moon, and double check any important details, things that aren't clear, especially every financial detail, if you can. All right, so that's here. the full moon and Mercury and Pluto square. Then Pluto stations direct at 1 degree of Aquarius on October the 14th. So here, this is happening in your area of the ninth house, so your beliefs, your worldviews, anything to do with any educational projects, for example. So there is a shift of energy happening, a certain degree of a transformation. Perhaps you might feel like you want to dive deeper into a subject, topic, for example, that has been on your mind for quite some time. So here, this energy gives you stimulation to move forward with this idea and dive deeper into this prospect, goal, project, for example. Now, with this energy, it's a great time for expanding your reach, your wisdom, your horizons through teaching, publishing, or perhaps to traveling, for example, as well. Generally, here with Pluto and Aquarius in this area of your chart, you have this amazing ability to become an expert in what interests you most. If you're passionate about a topic, maybe you might even become obsessed with a certain topic here with Pluto in this area of your chart. This is the chance for you to truly become an expert, to truly understand this topic. All right, so we've got a Libra new moon as well on the October 21st, and that's 28 degrees of Libra. So this is happening in your area of children, in your area of your the romantic side of your life, self-expression. So an amazing new moon for starting a new hobby, new interest, new project, something that can help you to express your creative, artistic urges, something that can help you to reconnect with your inner child. For some, this could also mean that you might have conversations around family planning, children. Maybe this is about a new routine connected, parenting. Your parenting style might be shifting, changing. Maybe there's a time for a new routine, for example. But overall, this is about reconnecting with what brings you joy, what makes you happy. A good new moon for going on a date as well, because Libra, of course, is a sign connected to relationships. And the final event I wanted to tell you about today is the Neptune leaving Aries and retrograding back into Pisces, and that's happening on October the 22nd. So here, this energy is in your 10th house. So with Neptune retrograding back into this area of your life for the very last time in your lifetime, this is when you might be dealing with some things that perhaps you didn't have a chance to resolve, especially since Saturn is also here. And this is the influence that will last until at least January, partially because there will be more shifts happening in early 2026, but definitely in those final months of 2025. This is about dealing with some unresolved issues, matters, projects, ideas, whatever it is that you didn't have a chance to complete before Neptune left Pisces. But at the same time, since Neptune can generally create confusion, lack of clarity, perhaps lack of clarity. So generally, this is happening in the area of career. So here you might feel slightly unsure about some career choices you may have made in the recent past. So perhaps if you've been overly dreamy, overly idealistic about a particular path that you wanted to take or you're about to take, or perhaps if you've been overly idealistic about a particular person in your life, then Neptune will generally strip away any illusions that may have emerged recently so that you can see things in their true colors. And that's when confusion occurs or can occur, possibly. when perhaps whatever that you imagined, whatever that you thought about your life direction, or about your career path, about this someone in your professional life, suddenly you might see this idea, project, person through the very different colors. So this is generally an opportunity for also for reviewing, for reassessing any decisions you made this year, especially between May and September, regarding your future path, regarding your career. This is your chance to decide whether this is it. All right, so I leave it here. Thank you very much. Geminis. Now let's move on to Cancers. Cancers, welcome. So here we've got slightly challenging full moon, I would say, as we start the month. And I'm sorry to say that, but I'm also a Cancerian, Cancer Sun, Mercury, Mars. So here, the full moon of October 2025 is in the sign of Aries. So that this means that Aries energy will square Cancer. So there could be some setbacks, perhaps some kind of energy that might take us out of our comfort zone, for instance. But at the same time, this is a chance for growth, for realignment. So this is happening in your 10th house of your career, public life, public image. So perhaps something that you've been building in your career life, professionally, may come to a major culmination, completion, or perhaps you might suddenly feel this inner pressure to shift your life direction, career direction. This will depend on your age, on your circumstances. But generally, the tension that you may experience here is between your career responsibilities, career demands, and your need for safety, security, comfort at your home. So keep this in mind because we've got the fourth and the 10th house activation. So perhaps this is about an important decision you need to make, or regarding your career, regarding your life direction, some news you need to deliver. There's a little bit of effort you might need to implement. Now, here, be as clear and transparent as you can during this time because there's a high risk of getting into some kind of complicated, tense conversations. Mercury and Pluto connect by a square. So, generally, here, don't maybe rush too quickly into jumping into conclusion. Um, Give yourself perhaps some time to kind of think things through, rethink the decision you want to make or take before reacting to the pressure you might be experiencing around this time. So, all right. So that's here a little bit about this full moon. Of course, I made a separate video a few days ago, so you can watch and gain more insights if you wish. Now, on the 14th, we've got Pluto stationing direct in Aquarius at 1 degree. And this is happening in your 8th house of transformation, shared and joint resources, intimacy. And with Pluto stationing direct, things begin to pick up again. Because Pluto was retrograde, so perhaps if perhaps, for example, you've got some investments, if you deal with, if you're interested in the stock market, for example, and if you kind of, if you are more cautious or things were not really kind of moving the way you would have hoped, with Pluto stationing direct, there is a shift. Things are moving forward again. There's a forward momentum, but at the same time, there is a lot of depth connected to this particular full moon because this is your chance also to reclaim your power. So perhaps with Pluto stationing direct in this area of your chart, this is when perhaps you might feel more confident dealing with situations, people that perhaps are slightly challenging or perhaps tried to challenge you this year, disempower you, overpower you in one way. This is your chance to take charge of your life, to reclaim your power as well. All right, so here we've got a new moon in Libra, and that's on October the 21st at 28 degrees. This is happening in your fourth house. So, this is your home, this is your roots, this is your domestic situation dynamics overall. This is about some new beginnings, a fresh start, and this will depend. Generally, the way you experience this full moon, it will depend on many, many factors. But overall, here, this is a good time for making home related plans, decisions. So perhaps you might be redecorating, maybe you're relocating, or perhaps maybe you're experiencing some shifts within your family dynamics. This is your chance to bring more harmony, more balance into this area of your life, without a doubt. So overall, here with this new moon, this could feel like kind of like an inner reset in a way, because with this new moon, you might be also realizing what's working, what isn't, what can you do to bring more comfort into this area of your life. Now, at the same time, on the 22nd, we've got Neptune leaving Aries and shifting back into Pisces. So that's on October 22nd, by the way. So this is an energy that is activating your area of your beliefs, life philosophy, anything to do with your educational journey, anything to do with any legal cases as well. Now, remember, this is the very last time Neptune will enter Pisces in our lifetime. Saturn is also here, retrograde. So, what does it mean? This means that you might be dealing with things that perhaps you didn't have a chance to resolve before both Saturn and Neptune left this area of your chart. Maybe this is about reviewing your path. You might be questioning your purpose, your life direction, whether you are on the right track or not. Things that perhaps you were overly idealistic about, maybe some kind of worldviews, for instance, or your life philosophy. Suddenly, you will see them from a very different light. And this could also kind of push you to kind of maybe redefine your beliefs, for example. And this is also about perhaps returning to some studies, courses, practices that perhaps you didn't have a chance to complete before, that you left unfinished. So here, especially here, sometimes with the retrograde planets in the ninth house, we are drawn to books, courses, for example, that really had a massive impact upon our life, upon our past. So this could be very much the case for you as well. So thank you very much, Cancers. Now, Leos, welcome. Leos, we start with a full moon this month in Aries at 14 degrees, and that's on October the 7th. And this is happening in your area of the ninth house. So this is the area of your beliefs, studies, your worldviews, anything to do with travel, and big picture vision. So you may feel generally like a moment of a breakthrough, even around matters connected to traveling, around matters connected to anything to do with teaching, learning, broadening your horizons, for example. So here with this full moon, if you've been feeling stuck, if you've been feeling stuck in a fixed mindset, for example, for far too long, and perhaps if you feel like you've been following other people's expectations, you are trying to fulfill other people's dreams or goals, and you didn't truly perhaps think What is it that you want? Um, then here during this full moon generally gives you this amazing opportunity to radically expand your mind, to take charge of your destiny, to take charge of your life. An amazing full moon for expanding your wisdom horizons, for spreading your wings, for doing things that make you feel alive. That increase your adrenaline. Now, having said that, this could be also connected to perhaps a passport, getting a passport finally, finalizing some paperwork connected to your visa application, for instance. Maybe you're publishing, maybe you're becoming a coach, launching your own business, expanding your opportunities, prospects. This will depend on your circumstances. But overall, overall, here we've got Mercury and Pluto square as well. So, of course, with Mercury squaring Pluto, this can really create intensity, power struggles, tension, especially around matters connected to communication. So perhaps with this squares often are connected to tension, generally us having to as deal well those dealing with the square having to implement some efforts to resolve the dilemma, the issue that emerge or emerges as a result of this sort of energy. So perhaps you might find yourself forced to confront an issue that you've been avoiding, or perhaps generally this is about dealing with a situation that perhaps you've been holding on for far too long. And now during this full moon, you'll be forced to finally face it. So generally focus on clear and transparent communication, and try to be realistic about your goals because you might enter a burnout territory otherwise. Now, on for the 14th of October, Pluto stations direct at 1 degree of Aquarius. This is happening in your area of transformation and sorry, this is happening in your area of relationships. This is happening in your area of unions, contracts, one-to-one connections overall. So here with this stationary direct motion of Pluto, Pluto will begin to finally move away from those initial degrees of Aquarius. So here with Pluto stationing direct in this area of your chart, there's a forward momentum happening in your area of relationships. This is your chance to deepen some of these important connections in your life. But at the same time, this could be also, this energy could act as a reality check because you might also realize that perhaps some people are not good for you, not good for your mental well being. And there could be a connection or even a client connection, for example. It doesn't have to be a romantic relationship, but it's all about these one-to-ones contracts as well. So perhaps you might have this really strong realization that there's someone in your life that is not beneficial for you, for your growth, for your well-being overall. So generally the common theme here with Pluto stationing direct moving forward is generally authenticity, transparency. So, generally, this energy wants you to get real about the people that you associate yourself with your life. So, you can't pretend or maintain surface level connections anymore. This is about being true to yourself. All right, so as we move forward, we also have a new moon happening also here in October, a new moon in Libra happening on the 21st of October at 28 degrees of Libra. So here, Libra is a cardinal sign, it's an air sign. So here with Libra, a new moon in Libra, of course, this is happening. This is happening in your area of communication, Libra. Communication, writing, your mindset, anything to do with your immediate environment, community as well. So here with a new moon, of course, new moons bring new beginnings. New moons bring an opportunity for planting new seeds. So perhaps this is a great time for starting a new blog, a podcast, for studying as well, short courses, something practical, something maybe that you can do with your hands. So overall, here with this new moon, this is also about perhaps some kind of community involvement, maybe some networking. So overall, a great new moon for launching a new idea, a wonderful time. Maybe this is also about some new good news, because this is generally the area of chart that also is related to news information overall. And as we end the month on October 22nd, Neptune leaves Aries. And here Neptune will move into Pisces. This is the very, very last time that Neptune will be in Pisces, the very last time in our lifetime, basically. So here, Neptune has been in Aries since March 30th, and on October 22nd, it leaves Aries, moves back into Pisces. So in those final months of 2025, you will be generally dealing with some unfinished matters, issues that perhaps you didn't have a chance to complete before Saturn and Neptune left Pisces. So here, first of all, Pisces, this is your area of transformation, shared and joint resources, investments. So generally here, pay attention, because if there are any debts, loans that perhaps you might be able to repay, and then definitely look into it throughout this time. Also with Neptune here, generally Neptune will make you more aware of your spendings, outgoings, any debts and loans, and credit card and debts as well that you may have accumulated this year. This is your opportunity to generally become more realistic about what kind of lifestyle you can afford at this point in your life, because generally during this time, of course, Saturn is here as well. This is your chance to sort things out before both Saturn and Neptune leave this area of your chart in early 2026. This is your chance for closures. This is your chance for sorting things out. Now, at the same time, it's not just about finances, it could be about also some emotional entanglements that may come up to the surface, giving you a chance to look at them from a different light, different perspective. Maybe there is a better approach to resolve these financial or emotional entanglements that you are involved in. Now, and that's it. That's it for today. Just a quick one. So thank you very much, Leos. And let's have a look at Pisces, Virgos. Virgos, welcome. Virgos, we start this month with a full moon illuminating your area of the eighth house. So that's the area of transformation, shared and joint resources, intimacy. So with a full moon, think about what happened in your life around 18 months prior, because this can give you more insights, more guidance in regards to what may come up, may show up around this time. All right, so this is very, very significant, actually. So, as an interesting fact, that new moon was a solar eclipse as well. So it could have been something significant. So yeah, 8th of April 2024. But overall, here with the eighth house full moon, this energy could be about something that perhaps might come to a culmination, conclusion to light, perhaps a financial agreement, or perhaps some kind of emotional situation that may um, force you to perhaps change your strategy, make an important decision, perhaps let go of some kind of expectations, for instance. So this will depend on your circumstances, but at the same time, Mercury will connect with Pluto by a square also at the time of this full moon. So this also puts pressure on the romantic, on the creative area of your chart. So perhaps someone may push you for much more than you're ready to commit to, that than you're ready to give. Or perhaps it could also manifest as some kind of creative blockages. So the key here is not to force anything, not to push too hard if you kind of seeing resistance. And perhaps if you feel like things are not really moving forward, because conversations, communication overall might feel really tense around this time. Maybe step back and let things unfold more naturally. So as we move forward, we've got Pluto stationing direct in Aquarius at 1 degree, and this is happening in your area of work, health, daily life, daily routine, and that's on the 14th of October. So here Pluto will station direct. So there's a forward momentum in the area of Aquarius in your birth chart. So generally here, this energy will kind of this indicates a certain degree of a shift, transformation in your area of well-being, diet, lifestyle. You might be generally implementing some lifestyle changes in your life. You might be restructuring your day-to-day life. Perhaps you want to start exercising more frequently. Maybe you want to change your diet. Whatever it is, here there is a shift of energy happening in these final months of the year. It's not just on the day. This is about the final months of 2026, five, sorry. This is when these shifts in your lifestyle will be taking place. Then we've got a new moon in Libra happening on October 21st at 28 degrees. And here, Libra, this is, of course, your second house of financial independence, financial security, stability, resources, possessions. So here, the energy of a new moon is connected to new beginnings. It's like a fresh start kind of vibe, so to speak. So this could indicate perhaps that for some new opportunities to earn additional income. Maybe this is about a side hustle. Maybe this is about a new job. And whatever the scenario here, this area of the chart also rules resources, possessions. Perhaps you're buying a new car, you're making an important investment. So this will depend on your circumstances, but under the influence of this new moon, you've got this amazing opportunity for establishing more balance in this area of your chart. So a great time for perhaps reaching a greater sense of fulfillment. This is the area of chart that is responsible for how we make money through our own skills, through our own efforts, without relying on other people's help, influence. Then Neptune returns to Pisces, retrogrades back into Pisces for the very last time in our lifetimes, and that's on October 22nd. This is happening in your area of relationships, contracts, unions. So here with Neptune returning back into this area of your chart, of your life, where Saturn is also staying at this point. Generally, this is an opportunity, a chance, if you will, for reviewing, reassessing any themes, any relationship themes, things that perhaps you overly idealized in the recent past as well. You might see them from a very different light, but at the same time, when a planet retrogrades back into a sign where it stayed for quite some time, and this is the very last time, this is a chance, like a final review, And now or never feeling even for some. So at the same time, someone from the past might reappear in your life. Neptune retrograde is going to dissolve the illusion, any fog, so that you can see your connections clearly. So this could be a major, major wake up call as well. All right. So as you can see, this is a really interesting dynamic happening this month. Also, what I've just realized with the new moon in Libra here, with the new moon in Libra, this energy can also help you to uh, bring more harmony. So move away from chaos. If there is some chaos, disharmony in the area of finances, then this new moon can help you to establish more harmony. All right, so thank you very much, Virgos. Now, Libras, welcome. This is a very important month for you because it activates your first and seventh house axis. We start with a full moon in Aries happening on October the 7th. And this is happening at 14 degrees of Aries. So this activates your area of relationships, contracts, unions. The seventh house is about one-to-ones. This could be a turning point. Remember, 18 months ago, we had a new moon solar eclipse in Aries at 8 degrees of Aries. This full moon could bring a situation from that new moon that occurred around that new moon to light around this full moon. So this could be like a major realization, major turning point. Perhaps you might be ready to move your relationship partnership to the next level. This could also be like this full moon could act as a wake up call when you might perhaps see some relationships through very different colors. But overall, here, for some, this could indicate a possible end to a certain connection, relationship. Maybe that this is an end to a contract, and perhaps your relationship with a client, not necessarily because things didn't work out, but because things have just ended, finished. So there is some kind of ending, you're finishing a phase, a chapter within an important relationship in your life. But at the same time, this full moon might also make you realize whether you're giving too much or perhaps too little. Especially focus on the important connections, relationships in your life. Now, pay attention to any communication clashes, intensity, because generally conversations may feel heavy around this time. The reason for that is because Mercury and Pluto connect by a tense square. So, this full moon might also force you to have an important conversation that perhaps you've been delaying, or perhaps it could be about facing some situation or a certain matter that you have been delaying, but perhaps the time has come to discuss it, resolve it overall. So remember to listen as much as you speak. We need that balance. Remember that this is a month where your relationships are very much highlighted, but also this is a month to take charge of your life in many ways as well. So it's about balance. All right, so as we move forward, Pluto stations direct in Aquarius at 1 degree, and this is happening on the 14th of October in the area of creativity, self expression, children. As Pluto stations direct, there's a forward momentum taking place. Now, this energy generally, this energy may indicate possible shift and changes when it comes to your parenting style. When it comes to even your children's life, maybe they are starting a new chapter, and maybe they are going through a certain transformation and they might need your support. During this time, you might also have this strong need to perhaps this could be about following a passion that generally it's about some passion, interest, something that perhaps you've been interested to kind of engage um, deeper, but you didn't have enough time, you didn't have enough energy, for example. So with Pluto stationing direct, this energy could make you feel obsessed um, with a certain interest or hobby. And it's about generally it's a good time for releasing some creative energy. It's necessary for also reconnecting with your inner child. But at the same time, this energy brings more passion into your romantic life as well. So, in many ways, here, children, hobbies, maybe also some kind of romantic energies will play a really important role in the upcoming months in your life. This is generally about remembering to find time for joy, to find time for your passions as well. Now we've got a new moon on the 21st, a new moon in Libra in your first house, which is a fantastic time for a fresh start, for brand new beginnings, connected to what brings you joy, to your passions, to your goals, to your objectives as well. And a great time for a personal reinvention, for a personal reset, even. So perhaps you might be changing your look, starting a new project. You might feel more energized. This is a time to generally reclaim your power, take charge of your life, and maybe even get out of your comfort zone. We end the month with Neptune leaving Aries, so returning back into Pisces, and that's on October 22nd. Neptune is moving back into Pisces for the very last time in our lifetime. Saturn is still here as well in Pisces retrograde. So this is your chance to review, reassess your health habits, your lifestyle. So you might be implementing some lifestyle changes, new routines, new habits, for example. This is when some old habits, old responsibilities might resurface as well. But this is your chance to decide which ones truly support your growth. Now, any health issues that you have neglected in the past might also resurface. Of course, I'm not talking about some illnesses or anything like that, but maybe some negative habits that perhaps, if you've been, for example, um, not paying attention to what you eat, for example, if your diet didn't contain enough calcium or enough iron, then perhaps your body will give you signals. This is what I'm talking about. All right, so I think that's what I've got for you today. Thank you very much, Libras. And now let's have a look at the next sign, Scorpios. Hello, Scorpios, and welcome to your horoscope for the upcoming month, October 2025. I was going to say four. So here we start this month with a full moon in the sign of Aries. So that's your sixth house. So a full moon. When we look at a full moon, we need to also take into consideration the new moon that started this particular cycle. So we need to look at the new moon solar eclipse that started this cycle back in April 2024. Think about what you started, what you initiated around that time, just to gain a better understanding of what you might possibly experience this time around. And this full moon overall highlights your lifestyle, your daily life overall, your daily routines, your work, your health and work balance. So, something in your lifestyle, something in your day to day routine schedule is probably reaching a breaking point or a turning point. Perhaps this could be about better time management. This could be connected to self improvement, better dietary choices, more exercising, perhaps. So, overall, here, the keywords are becoming organized, becoming more productive, it's about simplicity as well. The sixth house is traditionally associated with the energy of Virgo. Simplicity, self-improvement, practicality. Now, at this time, we also have a square between Mercury and Pluto. So this is also an energy. Remember, Scorpio is a fixed sign. Sometimes with Scorpio on the ascendant, this can also make indicate a fixed mindset at times as well, especially um, with certain aspects of life. So here, the Mercury and Pluto square could potentially push you to confront some limiting beliefs, some perhaps your mindset. It's generally here. Watch out for any communication clashes, tension, and this energy generally wants you to be more transparent, communicate as clearly as you can around this time. Because with Mercury and Pluto square, you might have to confront something that perhaps you've been delaying, a decision, for example, or anything else. This is a chance to face whatever it is, resolve it, let go, and it can feel really, really liberating, even though it might feel uncomfortable at first. Now, at the same time, you might also discover that perhaps some limiting beliefs, some lifestyle decisions, choices, they overly influence how you think, how you communicate. So, yet again, this is about also freeing yourself. It's like a mental declutter overall here, an opportunity for one at least. All right, so on October the 14th, Pluto stations direct at 1 degree of Aquarius in your area of home and family matters. So we've got this major forward momentum taking place, connected to a deep transformation. So perhaps with under the influence of this energy, especially in the upcoming months following the eclipse season as well, you might feel this really strong pull to restructure your living situation, your home arrangements, for example. But at the same time, this is about healing as well, healing and freeing yourself from the past, from any unhealed wounds, emotions overall. Now, Pluto stationing the red could also indicate that finally things that you've been wanting to implement into your home sphere, into your emotional well-being, are finally gaining a momentum. Now we've got a new moon in Libra happening after that on the 21st of October at 28 degrees of Libra. Libra, this is your 12th house. This is a time for you to rest, reflect, recharge. You absorb other people's energies very easily during this time. So make sure you maintain clear and healthy boundaries. And this is overall an amazing time because of course, it's a new moon, a great time for starting something new that could help you to generally, that could beneficially impact, influence your overall mental health, well-being. So perhaps you might start meditating. Perhaps you might want to take some yoga classes, or perhaps you might want to join a circle, a local circle, spiritual circle. So there is some kind of spiritual energy in play, and the need to retreat from the outside noise, from chaos, from what is perhaps doesn't serve you at this point in your life. And you find a lot of clarity in solitude around this time. So, something that actually came up to my mind, I've been absolutely obsessed recently with. Um, there's a writer, I don't remember his name, but his last name is Coben, Coben. And there are a number of series on Netflix based, and it's actually a really Scorpio theme, a really deep Scorpio theme. So I think I watched five of them. My favorite one was actually my favorite ones were actually the ones produced in Polish, but I actually watched them with a voiceover because my husband doesn't understand Polish. But here, what I want to say is that I've been so, as I told myself that that's enough. It's been so much of that energy that it kind of made me feel a little bit paranoid. So I can definitely see that this new one in Libra could be very helpful to find the inner peace and perhaps it's more about seeking balance rather than chaos and disruption. Now, as we move forward, the final event of the month is Neptune retrograde. So Neptune will retrograde back into Pisces on the 22nd of October. This is the very last time that Neptune will re-enter Pisces in our lifetimes, believe it or not. So here, what does it mean? This is like a never now or never feeling in a way, because when the planet re-enters a sign for the very, very last time before it fully moves into the next sign, and this is especially relevant to the slower moving planets. Remember, Saturn is already in Pisces. So any unfinished creative projects, any perhaps some issues matters in the area of in the romantic area of your life, or any child-related matters from the past may resurface, giving you a chance to resolve them. Now, at the same time, this is also a great chance to return to some projects, goals, ideas connected to self-expression or your business, your hobbies that perhaps you didn't have a chance to complete before Neptune and Saturn left Pisces. That was around end of March and end of May. All right, so here with Neptune, you can see things much clearer. Neptune retrograde here, you can see things clearly as they are. This is your chance. It's like a wake-up call for many people. It could be as well. All right, so thank you very much, Scorpios, and now Sagittarius. Sagittarius, welcome. We start this brand new month with a full moon in Aries happening in your fifth house of children, creativity, romance, joy, the creative self-expression overall. So with a full moon, we need to look at the new moon solar eclipse that initiated this cycle. That was in April 2024. Think about what you started, what you initiated, because now during this full moon, you might be generally completing this idea, project, goal. This could be a turning point in your love life as well. So either way, something in your area of romance, children, creative self-expression is demanding your attention. So pay attention, because at the same time, we also have a little bit of difficult energy at this time. This is when Mercury and Pluto connect by a tense square. So this could potentially stir up some difficult, challenging energies, especially pay attention to your communication style. This energy could make you more forceful, wanting to push forward, even if you're meeting resistance from the other side. So here, if you feel like things are not kind of flowing in a smooth way, try to step back. And at the same time, be cautious with any big financial decision. Don't let fear or perhaps pressure, external pressure, rush you. This isn't the time to rush. This is a time to seek clarity, but also it's okay to make these important decisions, but at the same time, they shouldn't be rushed and made on impulse. Now, as we move forward, on the 14th, Pluto will station direct in Aquarius at 1 degree. So this is happening in your area of communication, mindset, your learning journey as well. So something in this area of your life is transforming. This is like a forward momentum as well. Perhaps you're embarking on some kind of educational training journey. And this is about generally in the upcoming months, you might find yourself committing to something of a deeper, more profound nature. It's a good time for researching, for studying, and for generally dedicating your energy to something that you truly care about, that you truly want to understand, learn on a deeper level. So this is about big ideas, big picture thinking as well. Now we've got a new moon in Libra happening on the October 21st at 28 degrees. And this new moon is connected to some new beginnings in your area of friendships, networking, community involvement. This could be about a new friend, well, a new connection in your life. And perhaps this could be about joining a new group, aligning your energies with some kind of group activity that truly aligns and reflects your values, for example. So whatever the scenario, this is also a good time for seeking peace and harmony in this area of your life. And you might also find yourself um, thinking about your future and perhaps creating more realistic plans, more achievable goals at this time. Now, we end the month with Neptune leaving Aries, moving into Pisces on October 22nd. That's your area of your home, emotional foundations. And this is when perhaps some unresolved projects or anything that you didn't have a chance to complete in connection to your home, or maybe some issues that were not dealt with in time, they might return for closure during the final months of 2025. This is a time to see things clearly. This is about transparency as well. It's about being realistic. You might experience this now or never feeling here under the influence of these energies, with both Saturn and Neptune circulating around those final degrees of Pisces here until the early months of 2026. This is your chance for resolving any dilemmas within your family situation, family dynamics. This is your chance for completing any home related projects, goals, objectives. That's here what this energy is about. So thank you very much, Sagittarius. And now Capricorns, welcome. So here we've got a full moon in Aries activating your area of home and family dynamics. So at this point, the sun is in Libra in your 10th house, and the full moon is in Aries in your 4th house. So you might experience a certain degree of tension during this time between your career demands, choices, aspirations, and your private area of your life, your home. So perhaps there could be a lot happening in your career. Maybe you're starting a new job, maybe a new project, for example. And at the same time, there could be quite a lot going at your home. Perhaps your parents might need your support. Maybe you're recently relocated. Maybe you're renovating. So it's all about finding a balance between the two, because here generally you think about what you started in the area of home around 18 months prior. So there was a new moon solar eclipse in Aries on the 8th of April 2024. Think about what you started, what you initiated around that time, because here generally your career or private life may reach a peak during this time. So also, you might experience intensity or some kind of difficult complexity, I would say, in communication. Generally, conversations might feel slightly more tense, more even heavier. But this is about possibly facing a situation, issue, relationship, whatever it is here, something that perhaps you've been either delaying or avoiding. So now here, under the influence of these energies, you will have to face this challenge. You'll have to face, but whatever it is, remember, every time we overcome a challenge that is created by a square, this is when growth occurs. All right, so here, generally be as clear as you can if possible in order to avoid any misunderstandings. Now, Pluto stations direct in Aquarius at 1 degree on the 14th of October in your second house of finances, resources, possessions. So here, this generally energy is bringing a certain degree of forward momentum, transformation, if you will, in your area of money and values. But you will also see that in the upcoming months, your sense of self-worth will also undergo a major shift on a deeper level from within. So here, under the influence of this energy could make you really, really focused, maybe even obsessed at times on how you earn, on how you save, on how you invest. So, of course, especially between 2026, 2028, when um, during the eclipses activating this house and the opposing house, the eighth house. But generally, here, think about any old financial patterns or debts or perhaps some unreliable income sources that perhaps you've been clinging to. Here with Pluto stationing direct, Pluto will push you to move away from what is weak, of what is unsustainable. This is about building a completely new, powerful, and self sufficient financial foundation in your life. Now, as we move forward on October 21st, we've got a new moon happening in the sign of Libra. This is happening at 28 degrees of Libra. So here, this is of course activating your area of career, professional life growth and development. Now, new moons are connected to new beginnings. So this could be connected to a new project, for example, that you're starting within your career, perhaps a moment of appreciation, recognition. It's about stepping into something that is connected to growth, advancement as well. Maybe at this point, you might not yet realize what it could be, but this new one offers this amazing opportunity for a career, a fresh career reset, when you can reinvent yourself, when you can realign yourself, because that's Libra. Libra is all about balance and harmony. So anything out of balance, out of alignment will become more visible, noticeable around this time, pushing you to rethink your strategy, to reassess your goals, objectives. Now, as we move to the next event, and that's October 22nd, Neptune leaves Aries and moves back into Pisces for the very last time in our lifetimes. So here, Saturn is retrograde here as well, also for the last time before it moves into Aries. So the way this could manifest here, and bear in mind, this is happening in your third house of communication, your mindset. So this energy could generally could bring back some old misunderstandings, or perhaps generally some kind of miscommunications that you may have had recently or in the last 12 months up to the surface. And this is your chance for resolving them, for facing them, because at the same time, this energy could also make you question your communication style. And for some, this could manifest as maybe even questioning how much you know. And perhaps you might realize that you need more, perhaps knowledge in a certain topic in order to feel more productive, more comfortable at your work, in your profession, for instance. But at the same time, this energy brings a lot of clarity into your mindset, into your thinking processes. So you might see some aspects of your life from a very different angle, very different light. Now, if you if you've been working on some intellectually stimulating project before Neptune left Pisces, now you will have a chance to also complete it. You might find yourself returning to some old courses, perhaps that you didn't have a chance to complete. A great time for finalizing them, for giving them another chance as well. As I said, Neptune retrograde acts differently to Neptune in a direct motion. So here, retrograde and Neptune in the third house bring a lot of mental clarity here. All right, so here this is what I've got for you today. Thank you very much. And now Aquarius, welcome. So here we start this brand new month with a full moon in Aries, activating your third house of communication, siblings, your mindset, thinking processes. This is also the area of movement and news, gossip. So with a full moon, you might find out something that perhaps was hidden from you, some secrets, some gossip. So keep your ears open and eyes open. But at the same time, this could also indicate that perhaps you'll be signing some important contracts, dealing with some important paperwork, emails. And maybe this could be about receiving some important news. Full moons in Aries here in the third house, also great for releasing some kind of written project, maybe a blog, or perhaps this could be about maybe even publishing a course or a completion. It could be about a completion. Now, whatever the scenario, Mercury and Pluto are in a square. So there is tension. This could generally bring some intense energy, intensity, maybe a sense of pressure, having to meet other people's expectations, for example. So generally, be careful not to take on more than you can handle. Keep your health in mind. Keep healthy boundaries as well in place in order to generally so that things don't escalate into something unpleasant overall. Now, Pluto stations direct in your sign in Aquarius on the 14th at 1 degree. This is huge. Every time Pluto stations direct, it's like a forward transformative momentum in a way, because of course Pluto is connected to depth, transformation, intensity, and Pluto is now finally going to move away from those initial degrees of Aquarius, move into the next degrees closer to the 10th degree overall, because it stayed in 0 to 5 degree since 2023. It's time to move away, move forward. So here, this is huge. This is a personal reinvention in a way, a transformation. And you might realize that you don't resonate anymore with some people from the past, some beliefs. So a new version of you is emerging, and then the old one is dissolving, falling away. And this is about creating a more empowered identity. So this is very exciting, and but it will also require some peace and quiet, alone time for you to truly understand these energies and what you're dealing with on a deeper level. But there's a lot of depth. You're transforming on a deeper level and on many levels, actually. Your social circle, your goals, your objectives, your career choices. This is quite significant. So then we've got a new moon in Libra, and the new moon in Libra is on the 21st of October at 28 degrees. So this is your area of foreign travel. This is, first of all, new moons are connected to new beginnings, and they are great for planting seeds for the future. So this is your chance to broaden your horizons. This is your chance to take a leap of faith. You might feel like you want to spread your wings. You might feel like you want to do something exciting, engage in activity that is adventurous, that increase your adrenaline. This is about following your gut. This is about broadening your horizons, engaging in activities that can help you to feel free. It's about spreading your wings. Now, you might have this really strong need, desire to travel, to engage in some studies, interesting studies. Perhaps you want to publish a book or a course or learn astrology, for example. This is all very possible. And then we've got Neptune moving back into Pisces on the 22nd of October. And this is the last time Neptune will return back into Pisces. And this is where, before it moves fully into Aries, of course, next year. And Saturn is still retrograde here as well. So we've got Saturn and Neptune retrograde in Pisces. And in those final degrees. So they could create this feeling of impatience. They could create this feeling like a now or never feeling, for example. And this is about generally, this is about here, first of all, this is happening in your area of finances, income, resources, possessions. And maybe during these final months of 2025, you will be perhaps dealing with some financial lessons that may come up to the surface, especially things that were not fully resolved, fully understood, fully fulfilled. So this energy could also bring more transparency, more clarity about your situation. It could also make you question your financial choices. Things that perhaps are out of alignment might become more noticeable, more clear, because the both Saturn and Neptune are retrograde, so they are bringing to light things that chaos, things that are out of alignment, things that need improvement. This is your final chance to face them, to face whatever comes up. And this can really help you with your financial situation. Because, of course, with Pisces on the second house cusp, it's like having natal Neptune in the second house. It's difficult to establish financial consistency, security, especially if you don't have any other planets here, or if you have Neptune, or yeah, Neptune, for example. I actually have Neptune here. No, actually, I have my Neptune in the third house, but I've got Uranus and Saturn here, which is even worse. But um, yeah, so with Neptune, it's money just goes in and out very easily. So here, Saturn is teaching you to kind of build that solid foundation, but also Neptune retrograde here is helping you to see things clearly. All right, so let's leave it here. I'll cover it in the weekly horoscopes deeper, on a deeper level. Thank you very much. Let's look at Pisces. Pisces, welcome. We start this month with a full moon in Aries happening on the 7th of October at 14 degrees, and this full moon activates your area of finances, resources, possessions. Think about the new moon solar eclipse that initiated this cycle back in on April the 8th, 2024. So think about what you started, what you initiated in the area of money. Because during this full moon, a money matter may come to completion, or perhaps you might feel this really strong pressure to reassess how you earn and how you spend. This is an important full moon for taking a closer look at your money spending habits, cash flow. So at the same time, you might experience some tension in communication. Remember to communicate as clearly as you can. Don't jump too quickly into conclusions around this time, and don't push too hard. If you kind of seeing resistance from the other person, then perhaps try to step back, let things naturally unfold, because generally with Mercury and Pluto, this energy could lead to some potential tension, power struggles, power dynamics. So it's about being clear, transparent, and kind of, go with the flow, rather than trying to push or please everyone. All right. So as we move forward on October the 14th, Pluto stations direct at 1 degree of Aquarius. So here, this is Generally, this energy is taking place in your 12th house. The 12th house is the house of spirituality, hidden matters, karmic energy. So generally, there is a deep, deep forward momentum, of course, with Pluto stationing direct. Your dreams will be much more vivid. And there's it's a very long transit, you know? It's a very, very long transit, 20 years of Pluto in your 12th house. So it won't constantly bring up themes connected to purely to this transit's energy in the 12th house. Especially, it will especially bring the 12th house themes when it activates any natal placements. But overall, here, this is about shadow work. This is about strong intuition, spiritual work, greater interest in spirituality as well, in astrology, metaphysics. There's also here with Pluto stationing direct, this is about also facing your fears, facing your limiting beliefs, thoughts, and it's about an opportunity for experiencing a sense of self-empowerment from within. Things are hidden in the 12th house. So you're also working through generational karmic ties and issues. So there's here under the influence of this energy, inner reflection, solitude, contemplation brings really strong realizations and breakthroughs. So don't shy away from taking a walk in nature, from spending some time alone. It's beneficial for you. All right, so here on October 21st, we've got a new moon in Libra happening at 28 degrees of Libra. So new moons are about new beginnings, an opportunity for a fresh start, and this is happening in your area of transformation, regeneration, anything to do with financial, emotional energies. And this could be a really powerful new moon that could help you to deepen an important connection in your life, a partnership. This is your chance to restructure any financial agreements you may have with other people, with some organizations. New moons are also connected to other eighth house themes, maybe a therapy, healing sessions, maybe a new accountant. Perhaps you might be looking for a broker, a mortgage advisor. So also this kind of people might be prominent in your life. Maybe you're buying a property, investing your money, and you need to take a mortgage, for example. So whatever the scenario, things this new moon offers this opportunity for generally creating more balance instead of chaos. So whatever that you do here, especially connected to money, agreements, financial agreements, make sure that things are done properly and with a step-by-step approach. Here, Libra doesn't like chaos and disharmony. So things need to be done harmoniously. All right, so harmoniously and in a balanced way. Now the final event of the month is Neptune's leaving Aries, retrograding back into Pisces, into your first house. So here, whenever a planet moves back into a sign where it stayed for quite some time, and bear in mind this is the last time Neptune will enter Pisces in our lifetimes, pretty much, probably on average. This is when things that were not resolved before Neptune left Pisces, your sign, may come up to the surface. So this is your chance to finalize, to finish personal projects, objectives, maybe some healing work that you didn't have a chance to complete. You might feel this now or never feeling, or I'm running out of time. It's very common with planets transiting those final degrees of a sign. This retrograde could also bring a lot of clarity into your path, into your um, life direction. For example, this is about separating fantasy from truth. It's about seeing things as they are. So here, this energy can make you very realistic because these are the final months of both Neptune and Saturn in your sign. So it's a chance to deal with the past, with the retrogrades here, especially in these final months of this year. You're dealing with past issues, things that perhaps well were kind of not fully completed, not fully resolved. Think about what happened in your life, especially since Saturn entered Pisces. I'm sure a lot has changed. So here, give yourself some time to take care of what you truly care about, to take care of what you truly need at this point in your life. So thank you very much.